This is Messe München, the home of Bauma, and I'm here to talk to the CEO of Messe München, Klaus Dittrich. It's the 31st Bauma, is that right?
That's right, yeah. It started in 1954. It was an annual show at the beginning, and then it became biannual, and after that every 3 years. And with regard to the size, it grew impressively enormous. It's the largest show on earth with regard to the size. And within the last 60 years, it always grew steadily.
What is it about Bauma, really? What is it about Bauma that makes it the biggest in the world?
At the end, you cannot describe. You cannot not describe. You have to see it, to be there. We tried to give an impression with our Bauma movie, which is also on the website. That gives you really an impression. You can talk about figures. We have 605,000 square meters gross. We have more than 3,000 exhibitors there. But you have to feel this Bauma spirit, to see the whole industry there, the internationality, people from India, from Africa, from South America, from China, wherever. It's reminds me, I participated as a young boy as visitor at the Olympic Games in Munich in 1972. And the world was here. And I think it's the same feeling at Bauma. The construction and mining world is here from all over the country, all the world. And this really makes it unique. And the presentation of the exhibitors. You see many events. It's nice to see how they present their brand, their products. That's also very impressive. You won't see it anywhere in the world. Oh, I think it's the Olympic Games for the whole construction and mining industry. All over the world, exhibitors and visitors are meeting in Munich. You can see all the innovations in the industry there, because it's every 3 years, so many companies develop new products and launch this new product to the world market at Bauma. So I would say it's somehow a firework of innovations there. And it's very, very international. The visitors are coming from 200 countries in the world. All continents are represented. And that's unique in this industry, to have such a worldwide meeting point. I'm pretty sure that the investment is it worth. That means big customers are visiting these exhibitors and buying, not just having seen it at the venue, that's clear, but it's maybe the final step to invest, but it's also a marketing platform to show the brand, to keep the customers motivated to go with this brand. But I'm pretty sure that on a mid-term perspective, this investment has a return for every exhibitor, if he is preparing it very well. That's a precondition. That means you have to invite your customer, to invite your salespeople, to do PR, marketing, all the other things, to make it really a success. It doesn't come by itself.
Sure. And that presumably starts as soon as the last Bauma is finished.
That's right. I think the first meetings to prepare the next Bauma, like we do, is not so far away from the last day of the past Bauma, because logistic-wise, you have to consider maybe to build a new stand. You have to develop your strategy. So that's one reason I think why it's right to have Bauma every 3 years, because it's such a big operation thing that you have to prepare everything carefully. including us. That means we have to consider parking space, whatever, the logistics, how we can improve the service for visitors and customers. And I'm pretty sure the visitors should start their preparations as well now, because we have more than 3,000 exhibitors whom to visit, to make appointments, to book the flights, to book the rooms. This is all should be done already now.
Probably it's too late, isn't it, to book a hotel room now?
It's quite late, I would say,
Yeah.
but it's still a chance to get one. It wouldn't be right to say now you shouldn't try it to come to Munich. By the way, it was interesting to see in 2010 when we had this ash cloud, what visitors did to come to Munich, although the whole airports in Europe were closed, or the airports north from the Alps were closed. The longest drive by car was from Mauritania that I heard from. So that shows how attractive Bauma is for the visitors. They would like to participate. In any case, also if the airport is closed. So try to get a room, it's still possible. So I think you have to prepare it carefully, to invest time in preparing the visit carefully. It's a definitely good investment, because then you are very efficient at the trade fair. You are not wasting time going from one end to the exhibition to the other end, and maybe the third meeting is in the middle. So plan your way through the exhibition carefully. We are doing the same. Me personally, I'm visiting a lot of exhibitors there, and my assistant always consider that it should be not too far away from each other. So it's somehow a logistic task to make it efficient, but it makes sense, definitely.
And all the details of where the stands are going to be is on the website?
On the website, bauma.com, you can find all the information or the links to the exhibitors or to the services that we provide. If it's restaurants or hotels or whatever, museums, you can get this information on the website.
You're involved in shows in other parts of the world. None of them will ever be as big as this, obviously, because this is the key one, isn't it?
Bauma is the key one, but looking at China, meanwhile, Bauma China is the second largest show in our Messe München's portfolio in total. Mm-hmm. It grew up to 300,000 square meters within 10 years. And Bauma needed 60 years to be as big as it is now. That shows that there's really a lot of dynamism in the Chinese market, although it's now a bit weaker than it was in the past. But I'm pretty sure the size of Bauma China is not at its end. The second largest is Bauma Conexpo in India. Mm-hmm. India has a big lack of international venues. That's one limitation for Bauma. So we went from Mumbai to Delhi last time, and we hope that India understands that they have to build a venue, or many venues. It's a large country which are on the international level competitive. And we have Bauma in the Sub-Sahara region, ended last week with a big success. And all these different spin-offs of Bauma in Munich contribute that exhibitors and visitors, new exhibitors and new visitors come to Munich. We see that several times. As soon as we start in one country, at the next edition of Bauma in Munich, the participation from this country is growing. I would say 10 years ago we were asked several times if sometimes the internet will substitute trade fairs, and today I think this is definitely clear it won't substitute trade fairs because the personal communication, the face-to-face communication, you cannot substitute that.